Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media, we will get you out of here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. Deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Big Al. Big Al, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Slow time of year, so it's kind of enjoyable.
Yeah, a little bit of that time of the year right now, no doubt about that. Very slim pickings today on the board, but we'll find some winners for you. Let's say hello, Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly what Big Al said. Everything's going good with me. A little smaller card for today, but chance to dig into some of these bigger cards coming on in the next few days.
Absolutely, I was happy with that Royals result today myself. Let's say hello to Alex. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing? We're looking at some NBA, I guess, mostly NBA here for the next little while. College basketball is over, and I guess the NHL playoffs are around the corner. So, like for now, slim pickings, like everyone just said, but sometimes that's even better because you have more time to concentrate on the individual, cards, more intensely. So,
Yeah,
more
that's
winners.
right. Baseball will be a lot of focus here. Of course, we do have the 15 games on Friday and Sunday from the NBA until we get into the play-in rounds. Let's say hello to Shane. Shane, what's happening?
Yeah, slow today, but this weekend is busy with sports, and as a Minnesota fan, I better enjoy it because it looks like it's going to be another long summer in Minnesota baseball.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, there's that way. And, of course, it didn't help that the Timberwolves had that, 24-0 run against them at the end of that game. Oh, my God, that was incredible. What's going on there with those Minnesota teams? All right, let's get to the games, guys. We'll start off here with the NBA tonight. We're just going to cover it in one block here today in the NBA. Let's get to it here right now with this 5 screen we've got here. Ready to roll odds. All right, here we go. NBA tonight. Got Knicks and Pistons here. Pistons 3.5. Total sits here 228.5. We've got Cavs and Pacers. Pacers 9.5. Total sits 234. Hawks and Nets. The Hawks 13.5. Total 234. We got Pelicans and Bucks. The Bucks 15.5 here. Total 221. T-Wolves and Grizzlies. Game with a lot of inclinations for both teams. Seeding purposes here in the West. Timberwolves 2 on the road, a total 230.5. Let's take a look at the injuries here from tonight. For the Knicks, OG out, Hart and Porty Robinson out. Detroit will be sitting Ivy. Ivy's actually returning to practice. They say he's 2 weeks away from that broken leg. Stewart, questionable. Harris, Cunningham are both probable. Cleveland and Indiana, no Garland, no Mitchell, no Mobley, no Strus, nothing to play for them. Indiana, Shepard's only out there. Indiana playing for seeding. Atlanta and Brooklyn here. Capella, Nance, Toppin out for Atlanta. Atlanta trying to stay in that 7-8 game if they can. Brooklyn, Johnson, Russell, Sharp out. New Orleans and Milwaukee. Well, Alvarado, Boston, Brown, Hawkins, Missy, Olenek out for the Pelicans. Lillard, Sims, Smith out for the Bucks. Giannis and Kanan are both questionable. Of course, the Bucks play Detroit on Friday and on Sunday. Of course, they're jockeying for that 5-6, as you know, in the East. Minnesota, Memphis, clean for Minnesota. Poulin, Wells out for the Memphis Grizzlies. So let's get this one underway here with Alex.
Yeah, you know what? I looked at this one game, and I know there's a lot of people sharp money on both sides of this selection. It did move in favor of the Wolves. I'm talking about the Grizzlies-Wolves game. That was quite the game last time out. Something that I think was extremely embarrassing for Minnesota. Pros don't like to be embarrassed. These are not kids. They don't go to the locker room and sort of sulk for a few hours. These kind of guys, most of the players on all these teams in the NBA were stars on their own teams, stars all the way through their entire lives. We're talking ego central here. So Minnesota, after that loss, you can make an argument for the Grizzlies here tonight because they do control their own destiny to stay out of the play-in tournament. But you know what, man? There's something about getting your face kicked in like that sort of just tells me that I'm looking for Minnesota to come out here with a big effort. If not, there's some trouble in Minnesota. Minnesota has covered 6 of the last 8 ATS off an upset loss as a road favorite, which was the case, of course, last time out. And the Timberwolves have covered the spread each of the last 6 games as underdogs against Western Conference opponents following a loss. And, just looking at some trends from the season, Memphis in home games versus good shooting teams, making 46% or more or better of their shots, like Minnesota. They're 0-10 this season. And in the second half of the season, when they're playing an opponent that's outscored their opponents by plus 3 points, they're 0-9 ATS. So we got a situation here where Memphis, a team that's failed to cover 12 of 17 versus good teams, outscoring their opponents by 3+ points a game this season. This is a situation. I just got to go with the Wolves. The line's moved in their direction, but I know there is some sharp money because I know some decent NBA bettors that feel that this is going to be a Memphis game. But I'm going to go with the Wolves.
Yeah, Memphis in the 6th seed with 32 losses. Minnesota in the 8th seed with 33 losses. Huge seeding there in that Western Conference. Next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that Indiana-Cleveland game. Cleveland got everything locked up, so they'll be sitting some players, and Indiana's coming in this game in the revenge mode. They'll be at home where they have a real home court advantage, especially on a random Thursday like this. I definitely feel like that stadium's gonna be turned up for them. Indiana's also playing very well. What worries me with Indiana, they get a little lackadaisical on defense, but they play better defense when they are at home and got this fire from that home crowd. I definitely feel like Indiana can come in there and get this 10-point win against the Cleveland Cavs in that spot.
Indiana here, match number 1 to clinch the 4th seed. That would give them home court in Indiana and Milwaukee playoff series there. Next up, we move right on over to Shane.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that Indiana pick. Houston Rockets were in a similar situation last night. Rest all their players. You saw what the Clippers did to them. I think it's much of the same here. But the play I like even more than that, I like the Nets plus the 13. I know backing the Nets is a scary thought, but this Hawks team just still refuses to play any defense, and the Nets offense has been a little better the last couple of games. I'm just not excited. I'm just not laying that type of number going on the road with a team who could care less about that side of the ball. And one other note, I guess not really betting related, but don't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Mike Malone was the Timberwolves coach next year, especially if Conley stays. So if there's betting lines for that when this postseason starts or this offseason starts, I think that could happen. And no one's really been impressed with Finch.
Yeah, Malone is someone I think will be definitely highly sought there in the offseason on over Big L.
Yeah, a lot for me on this small card. I guess we'll start off with the Detroit Pistons. They were upset by Sacramento 127-117 on Monday. So now they're playing this game with extended rest, having been off both Tuesday and Wednesday. And the Pistons are now 33-20 ATS off an upset loss when matched up against a 500 or better foe. So I'm going to lay the 3.5 with Detroit. As far as the Cleveland-Indiana game, I'm going to look at the over-under. The Cavs have been an over machine this season, going 50-29 over the total, including 37-18 to the over when the OU line has been less than 236, currently sitting around 234. Dating back to last season, the Cavs are 52-27 over the total when the line has been less than 236. And likewise, the Pacers are now 71-45-4 over the total when the over-under line has been less than 236. So I like the over there. As far as the Milwaukee game goes, I can't lay this big number with the Milwaukee Bucks coming into this game off 3 wins. They're now 141-202 ATS off 3 or more wins. They're also laying that big number, 15.5. And Milwaukee is 19-39-2 ATS when favored by more than 8 points. So I'm going to take the Pelicans plus the 15.5. I'm going to go the other way than Alex did on that Memphis-Minnesota game. What he said is absolutely correct. I mean, Minnesota is going to want to redeem itself after that embarrassing loss to the Milwaukee Bucks when they, I think, ended the game on like an 8-39 deficit. They were up by, 110-7. I forget the score. It was one. Anyway, they were up by like 24 points in the fourth and just collapsed. I just like Memphis here because of the price. They're sitting at +2. One sports book, BetMGM has it at 2.5. I just think it's an overreaction, and I'll take Memphis as the home dog. I think the value is squarely on Memphis. They've already beaten Minnesota twice this season, And Memphis, they lost their first 3 games with their new coach after Jenkins was fired, and now they've ripped off 3 straight wins for him. I think they make it 4 in a row, and I'm going to take Memphis plus the 2.
Just as Alex said, sharps on opposite side. There you go. Next up, we move on over to myself, right? A game I like here in this series. I'm going to go under with Minnesota Memphis. Memphis is actually looking at Memphis since the coaching change. They got under in 4 of 5, and I think that's the focus here, to be a little bit more defensive in this game. Wouldn't be surprised if it has that playoff feel to it. Memphis has defended well over their past 5 holding teams, which is 41%, 34% from 3. Shooting's gone down as well. Teams have defended well over their past 5, so look at the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. 1 game left in baseball. It's this one right here. We got Phillies and Braves going head-to-head today. Let's get this block under. We see the Braves $1.31 at total 7.5. Let's get it underway here with Alex. Pass. He says he's going to go Paso with us on over to 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the total here. Give me the over in this spot. 2 pitchers who've had decent careers up and down. You know, Luzardo, he's had his moments where he's looked good, but for the most part, he's gotten slack, especially against tough Braves lineup. He does not pitch too well against the Braves. Swellenbeck, nice young career. He had his spots where he's shown his youth as well. So I definitely feel like the beginning of the game, both of them are susceptible to give up a few runs. But what really puts me in the towards the over is the bullpens for both sides. Just haven't been playing very well, haven't been much consistent early in this season. So at 7.5, it doesn't take but a few errors to get over that. I'm going to ride the over in this spot.
There we go from Wayne. And next up, we move right on over to Shane.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite of that. I like the under, and basically it's just because of the Braves' offense. Yesterday they kind of broke out. The Braves did their offense. They only scored 3 runs. I don't really care who's on the mound, who they're facing. If especially early in the season, we're gonna have to watch it as the season goes on and adjust if their offense starts going. But especially early, I'm gonna go under. And if you can if you'd rather bet their team total, so you take the Phillies out of the equation, no problem there either. But I'll take the under.
From Shane, next up we move right on over to Big Al.
Yeah, I actually like the over because the line. I mean, it opened at 8 runs. It's already a half run lower than that at 7.5. You know, last season Schwellenbach was an under machine. 16 of his 21 starts did go under last year. This year it's 1-1, and just based on the line going from 8 to 7.5, I'm going to take it over the 7.5.
There from Big Al. I'll tell you what I think here. I'm going to look at the plus price of Philadelphia plus the price. This Atlanta team has really performed poorly. Just hitting 207 this year. So I'll look here at Luzardo and company here, and plus with the Phillies. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We move on over to an NHL. We'll do it in a couple of blocks. We'll cover the 7. We'll cover the games from 7 and 7:37 here in this block. So we'll have Blackhawks Bruins. See the Bruins $1.74. Total sits here at 6. We've got Red Wings and Panthers. The Panthers $2.06. Total 5.5. Sabres and Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets $1.33, total 6.5. Rangers and Islanders. Islanders $1.21, total 5.5. And Hurricanes Capitals. Hurricanes $1.64 on the road, total of 6. We'll stop it right there. We'll begin the next block with Jets Stars. So let's get this block underway here with Alex.
Yeah, just something for us to look at over the next couple of days here. The NHL's been an over machine. Teams are just scoring like piles of goals here, especially teams that really don't have a lot to play for, not looking for playoff seeding, not going to the playoffs. And look at those games close to yourselves, and anything at 6 looks like an over bet when you put all those variables into play there. And pay attention; it's there for everybody to make money on. It's an obvious one. The one game that I looked at myself here on this one was where am I? I'm going to get myself organized, and I will tell you. Yeah, it's the game with Buffalo Sabres and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the reason why I was looking here, there's a prop here. Tage Thompson really has been on a tear. He's scored 5 straight games, 8 in total, and he just loves playing against this Jackets team. He scored 11 goals in his last 12 tries versus the Jackets. I'm telling you, man, that's a bet there that's giving you plus money. And Tage Thompson to score. And that's about all I see from tonight's venue.
Yeah, from Alex. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that Blackhawks Bruins game. I'm gonna do a split wager. 50% of my wager on the money line, 50% of my wager on plus a goal and a half. I do feel like Blackhawks. This is a value play. I do feel like the Blackhawks can win this game outright, but with Bruins at home, I wouldn't be surprised if them show a little heart tonight and possibly get a late one goal win. But this is, like I said, a value play. I don't think Bruins should be favored this high, and Blackhawks got a lot of young talent. They've shown they can show up in spots. I'm going to take the Blackhawks here.
Yeah, from Wayne. Next up, we move right on over to Shane.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Capitals here as the underdogs at home. I know there's not a ton for them to play for right now, but they're definitely the better team here in this matchup. And this Hurricanes offense has been awful heading into this game. 0 goals last game, 1 goal the game before. Even 3 games ago, they lost 5-3. I just don't expect them to score much against Charlie Lindgren in goal. I think you just got to take the plus money with the Capitals. I wish I'd have put this as a premium, but I didn't. So premium level play here for free on the show.
From Shane. Next up, over to Big Al.
I'm going to run the other way than Shane. When I look at this matchup, Carolina and Washington, these two teams played 8 days ago. Carolina smashed them 5-1. They have lost their last 3 games since. All 3 of those were on the road, as this one was. They lost to Detroit, Boston, and Buffalo. If Carolina, was facing Logan Thompson, if he wasn't injured, I'd be much more inclined to take Washington. He's obviously on the shelf. They're going with Lindgren. Lindgren's just 18-17 this season. Frederik Andersen, they're 13-6 with him between the pipes. So Carolina does not have good road favorite stats in general, but without Thompson, I don't want any part of Washington, so I'll take Carolina minus the 156.
And there from Big Al. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. We'll close out the NHL here with the following games. Jets and Stars. We got the Stars $1.19, total 5.5. Canucks and Avalanche. The Avs $2.16, total sits here at 5.5. Predators and Hockey Club $1.75, total of 6. Kraken and Golden Knights. Golden Knights $2.68, total of 6. Ducks and Kings. Kings now up to $3.30, total of 5.5. Let's close out NHL here. Do we got one from Alex from this block?
Well, looking at not really, but you sort of lick your chops when you see $3.30 on a nice line there. I don't know, man. Do you just want to sprinkle some pizza money and go the opposite way? Might be a play. I'll leave it up to everybody. That's all I've got to say about that.
Ducks look like a team, and then we did see the Kings lose to the Kraken, so at home recently. On over to Wayne.
Yeah, same here. Nothing in this time slot, but some of those numbers are enticing. Plus 270, plus 300. I wish I would have dug a little more into those games to see if there was any value on some of them plays. Hopefully one of the fellas will pick one out.
From Wayne on over to Shane.
Yeah, I really like the Stars here. I know what happened with them in the last game where they blew that game against the Canucks.
Oh,
but through 2 periods, it looked like they were dominating. It looked like a typical Stars performance. Offense performing well, defense and goaltending really impressive. And I think this is a good bounce back spot against the Jets. I understand the Jets are talented, but the Stars have been good at home this season. I think they get better goaltending. Well, they had good goaltending for two periods in the last game. I think they get it for 3 in this game. This is a pretty. You're not often you get this type of line with the Stars at home, so I'm gonna take them here.
From Shane, next up we move on over to Big Al.
Yeah, the last time these two teams met in Los Angeles, the price was minus 225. Now it's between minus 330 and minus 350. I like the Kings minus the 350. Ducks, I know the comeback is plus 280. The Kings lost 3 days ago here at home to the Kraken 2-1. And like I mentioned, they were favored 225 the last time they played here versus the Ducks, and they also lost that game by the same 2-1 score. But the Kings are 11-3 at home off a loss. The Ducks are 2-11 when priced as a road dog between plus 200 and plus 300. I'm just going to lay the big number with the Kings.
There from Big Al. All right, we got you through here the NHL. Now it's time for our Parlay Proof segment where cappers can give it a parlay. They can give out a player team prop, game in the future, play them straight. We leave it up to the cappers. Let's get this one underway here with Alex.
Yeah, let's see if I can put a parlay here together from what I've seen on my board here. Okay, so let's. You know what? Let's go money line with the Timberwolves against the Grizzlies. And Al was correct. You're seeing value there. With that +2, and because of that value, I do still like the Timberwolves here. But because of that value, let's go with the Timberwolves on the money line. And that Phillies Braves game still hasn't gone off yet. So maybe the first five under 3.5. First five under 3.5 Phillies Braves, and 2-team parlay or a 2-game parlay.
Yeah, from Alex. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, we're just gonna lay it in the NBA tonight. Lay it with Indiana. Lay it with the Atlanta Hawks.
From Wayne, next up, we got Shane.
Yeah, big UFC card this weekend. I really like. I think Paddy Pimblett gets beat here by Michael Chandler. Paddy Pimblett has not. I understand he's on a big win streak, but he hasn't really fought anyone. Even when Michael Chandler's lost, I mean, he's fought the who's who the last 3 years in the UFC. Even when he's lost, he's cracked them. He's had basically everyone he's fought in trouble. He's hasn't been able to get the job done. I don't think Pimblett's gonna be able to take his pressure. Even if Pimblett has success on the feet, Michael Chandler's a really good wrestler. I think that also helps him. At worst, this fight should be a pick'em. There's just way too much value with Chandler as the underdog.
From Shane, next up, we move right on over to Big Al.
I'll just go with the hockey parlay of those two big favorites, the Washington Capitals and the LA Kings.
There we go.
I'm sorry, not the Washington Capitals, the Carolina Hurricanes and the LA Kings.
You want okay? They're from Big Al. All right, tell you what here I like. Here I'll just do a 2-teamer. Give me the Hawks. Give me the Brooklyn Nets plus the points with the under Minnesota and Memphis NBA 2-teamer. All right. We got you through our Parlay Pro segment. Now let's see what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs. Remember, into a big week of action here. NBA, hockey on the board as well. A lot of tomorrow we start 15 from Major League Baseball again. So we'll see what Wayne's got going over at Pick Dogs. Wayne has put together impressive numbers here over the past 30 days. So you can see there on your screen, 786 units of profit. What do you got for sale, Wayne?
Just one play today. It's already gone off. Play today was Boston. But we can. It's a good time for me to pitch my season MLB pass that is up there. It's still early, stretches all the way through the playoffs and through the championship. So looking at that as I look into keep crushing the MLB like I have the previous 2 seasons. I love my dogs, love my value. As far as today, though, nothing left today. Just look to grab some long term that'll get you the plays early, immediately. It'll also get you extra plays.
Very good. Get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dog. See great results the last 30 days. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Let's see what Shane's got going over at Pick Dog. Shane, what you got for sale?
Sorry, my dog is knocking over a Christmas tree down here in the basement. I have one play left tonight. That NBA game between the Wolves and Grizzlies. But no better time to hop on long term. I already gave you a little preview of what I like for this weekend. In the UFC, I'm going to have at least a 3-pack up there. I like this UFC card this weekend. So no better time to hop on long term. If you want to hop on long term, make sure to check out that UFC 3-pack for this weekend. I'll have it up by tomorrow night.
You got on board with Shane over at Pick Dog. We'll see what Big Al's got going on over at Pick Dog. See the Big Al over the past 12 months, over 11,000 units of profit, all documented.
Yeah, yesterday I was 3-1, 78-48. My last 126. I've got one UFL play for folks who like the spring football. That goes Friday. I should also have 2 more UFL plays posted for Sunday. For tonight, I've got one hockey play, and 4-0 my last 4 in hockey, 7-1 my last 8 in hockey, and having a nice season in hockey. And I've got 2 plays in the NBA, and yeah, that's so overall 4 plays posted, 3 for tonight, 1 for Friday.
That's right. Get on board with Big Al over at Pick Dog Stream. See the great results. The long-term pass, the way to go with Big Al. He does have a 1-year all sports pass available up there, and you can see the results from Big Al from the past 12 months. Pick is your promo code. Save that 15% off. Let's see what Alex got for sale over at Pick Dog Stream. Alex, what you got going? You've been producing great numbers in the NBA as we approach the end of the regular season.
Yeah, it's been a good NBA season. It's been my 8th winning season in my last 10. Decent profits all the way through. Right now, I've got a 1 NBA total and 1 NBA side tonight, and my total run is 94, 53, 64% dating back to last year. If you're a dime player with my selections, you've made $35,000. So we have 1 total on board tonight, and we have 1 side on board tonight, and we're on a 42-18, 70% current 7 run with my NBA sides. And that's it for tonight. One last thing I just wanted to throw in there. Just made a bet the other day, first round NFL pick. I'm going to go with Abdul Carter. We're getting plus money on him, or we were. And yeah, Abdul Carter, first round pick.
There you go from Alex. Got a first round pick there from Alex. All right, I got 1 play left here from baseball for me over at Pick Dogs. My best bet hit with the Royals early today, so I've hit 8 of 9 with the best bet. So I'll have one for you tomorrow. So make sure you get on board with me with those long-term pass, 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. You get on board with all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my handicap page, make that purchase, promo code PICK at checkout, save that 15% off. Of course, we have the multi-capper promotions. You can match me up with any of your favorite cappers here at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, got a YouTube channel with lots of content, not just a live stream, but lots of on-demand content. You can find there. Of course, Big Al contributes to the YouTube channel with your all-access Big Al.
Yeah, if folks are interested, one of the benefits of the all access is you get the ratings attached to the plays, and so the ratings are 10 stars down through 1 star. You also get additional plays that don't go to the regular Pick Dogs clients, and then you can also call me up or text me 24 hours a day. If there's any game you want to bet on that is not on our card, you can ask me my opinion on the game. And if you're interested, just text the words Big Al to 702-769-0404.
There you go, with Big Al's all access. Get on board. Wayne, of course, you keep an eye on the boxing for us.
Yeah, as I've been mentioning throughout the week, big contender fight this weekend at the 147 weight class, Stagnonis versus Ennis. A lot of respect for Stagnonis, but I don't think this fight goes the distance. You've just been coming off some injuries and just haven't fought at the elite level in quite some time. So I'm going to ride with that fight, not to go the distance. It was plus 125. I haven't checked the odds over the last 2 days. So.
There you go with Wayne. We keep up with the boxing. Of course, Shane, now you produce a lot of written content over on the websites.
Yeah, of course, NHL, NBA, MLB. I will have a UFC article up there tomorrow, so you can make sure to check that out also. So, the videos are always nice, and of course, you link those on the Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays channel. But if you're looking for more opinions, you can get at least 2 more every day for basically every game on the 2 sites.
Very good. Yeah, so check out the Pick Dog Sports Chat with Shane written content. All right, that's to do for this edition's Drive. We're back again live tomorrow at 6 p.m. each time. A lot more on the plate tomorrow. We'll have 15 games from the NBA. That's right, 15. Of course, hockey up there. Baseball, a 15-game card. So we got a lot to pick from tomorrow. All right, before anybody have anything to say before we close it out? All right.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Let's make it a winning